Okay, and we're back to continue with Rewards Lesson 1. And we are going to pick up where we left off with Activity F. Activity F is another oral activity. I'm going to say something. I'm actually going to say some words incorrectly, and you need to listen and then verbally say how they should be said. Okay? So for example, when we were on vacation, we stayed in a hotel. So what word in that sentence did I mispronounce? Hopefully you know it's hotel and not hotel. So this is going to be requiring you to manipulate the vowel sounds within words. Because most often when you're trying to figure out an unknown word or to spell a word, it's the vowel sounds that you want to pay attention to. Try this one. The quiet boy was very timid. Do you know what word was incorrect? Hopefully you said timid. How about this one? The captain steered the boat to the dock. So we say captain, but captain is actually spelled C-A-P-T-A-I-N. So if you didn't know that word and you were looking at the vowel sounds, you would say captain. So you would actually be saying it correctly by word parts if you said captain, but we change it for some words and it would be captain. Okay, so let's take a look at activity G. Activity G is introducing us to some prefixes. Okay, so there aren't any suffixes in this lesson 1. It says prefixes and suffixes. Eventually we'll get to some suffixes, but first we're just going to talk about prefixes. And what I want you to know is everything that I have written here, which is prefixes are a group of letters added to the beginning of words. Once we start to look for prefixes in words, some kids get confused because they might see an AB in the middle of a word. Well, if it's going to be the prefix, it has to be at the very beginning of the word. The only exception would be when there's two prefixes together. So there's one prefix and then another prefix right after it. So make sure you know prefix is a group of letters added to the beginning of words. The prefixes change the meanings of words. For example, the prefix dis. Okay, if you and I agree, we think alike. We have the same ideas. If we disagree, that means our ideas are not alike. So by putting dis on the beginning of agree, it changed the meaning of agree. Same thing for miss. Okay, I have printed your name in the paper for scoring the goal. Fantastic. But if your name has been misprinted, that's unfortunate because it means it's been printed incorrectly. It's wrongly printed. And then we have normal. We have the prefix ab. So we have abnormal, which we would say would be what? Not normal. And then added onto mit, admit. So prefixes go in the beginning of words, change the meanings of the words. And then one other note here is a prefix can also be only one letter. So I know over here I said it's a group of letters added to the beginning of a word, but a prefix can also be just one letter. Okay, make sure you have that. If you don't, go ahead and pause this video. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to activity H. In activity H, it's similar to what we did back on activity E. Activity E, we were looking for the letters that made the vowel sounds. We were finding the syllables or the word parts. So now we're just going to add in the 4 prefixes: dis, miss, ab, and add. And if you want, you may actually want to write them at the top here to help you remember. You're looking for dis, miss, ab, and add. Okay, so feel free to write those at the top of your paper. All prefixes are circled. That's how I know that you're identifying it as a prefix. And then the letters that are making the vowel sounds in the rest of the word get underlined. Remember, every word part or every syllable can only have one vowel sound. So we circled miss, it's a prefix. I underline the I, it's my vowel sound. I have misfit. This word has no prefix. The A is making the vowel sound, so it has one scoop, dash, one vowel sound. Next word in this row, ab is the prefix. A is making my vowel sound, abstract. Okay, dash, right, to move through quickly. Misfit doesn't fit with the rest. And abstract means it's not as detailed, more general. Okay, so following those as your guidelines, go ahead and for the rest of Activity H, please circle all your prefixes that you're seeing in the words, underline the letters that are making the vowel sounds, and then scoop the word parts. And go ahead and pause your video while you complete the rest of Activity H. And when it's done, you can start it back up again and compare your answers to mine. Okay, so you're done with Activity H. Let's take a look at what you have. All right, I'm going to go line by line. And I definitely want to make sure you're getting these correct. All right, here we go. Move my paper over here. So, no prefix, 2 vowel sounds, 2 syllables. Prefix, vowel sound, 2 scoops. Prefix, vowel sound, 2 scoops added. Okay, take a look at line 3. Miss, dis, and dis were your 3 prefixes. A, AI. And then we have mishap, disband, disclaim. And hopefully exactly how I am reading them is how I would like you to read them as well. Line 4. Mislay. No prefix. 1 vowel sound, 1 scoop, mint. Prefix dis, distract. Line 5. Circle add, circle dis, circle miss. Vowel, vowel sound, vowel. Admit, display, miscast. So please make sure you have all of those correct before you move on. Line 6. Did you get this? Right at the beginning of the word, AI. Aim. Aim, 1 scoop. AI together makes the A sound. AI again. Circle the prefix ab. Abstain. Prefix dis. AY. Dismay. Lastly, dis. Vowel sound A. Distant. Prefix miss. Underline the I. Misprint. No prefix. Underline the A. Underline the I. Back spin. Okay, hopefully you did great on those. Let's move on to Activity I. Remember I said the prefix on the word will change the meaning of the word. That's because the prefixes themselves carry meaning. So miss means wrongly or wrong or not. These are all related, but that's what it can mean. Wrongly, wrong or not. Dis would be the opposite of or not. Okay, so let's take a look at number 1. Someone who does not fit. Okay, does not fit. So it could be a disfit or a misfit. Hopefully you know it is a misfit. Doesn't fit with the rest of the group. Or misfit. Make sure you're getting these written down. Next one. What would be the opposite of claiming something? Well, I look up here. This means the opposite of dis. So it has to be disclaim. And you don't want to claim something as your own. You disclaim it. Okay. And then last one. If something's been printed wrongly. Wrongly is miss. So it's been misprinted. Actually, I should add that D there. I'm sorry, the ED. So this is printed, misprinted. Okay, so wrongly printed. I do the opposite. I don't claim something. This does not fit. So those prefixes bring meanings and change the word that they're attached to. Okay. Okay, that brings us to activity J. We're almost done with your first lesson of rewards. Spelling dictation. I'm going to give you 4 words. I'm sure these first 4 for lesson 1 won't be too challenging for you, but they are going to give you the opportunity to practice the skills that we just learned in lesson 1. The prefixes, the vowel combinations, right, making the sounds. So the first word is admit. Admit, you should be recognizing that there's a prefix on there, ad. Not the word add, the prefix add. Sorry about the focusing. And then mit. It has that I by itself, admit, right, to tell something. Word 2, miscast. Miscast. I hope you hear the prefix on there, miss, added to the word cast. Cast has that A by itself, miscast. Word 3, abstain. Do you hear the prefix? Prefix is ab. Now we have stain. A, what's going to make the A in this word? It's not at the end of the word because it ends with stain, ends at the end. So it has to be the AI. Abstain. Abstain is to not do something. Please write that down. I want you to know the meaning of that word. To not do something or to avoid something. You can abstain from biting your fingernails because it's a bad habit. It means you would not be doing it. And then our 4th word that I want you to write is to display. So did you hear the prefix in the word? Dis. And here the A is at the end of the word. It's using that AY combination. Display. If we take a look down here. Oh, sorry. I do want you to know this. To show to others. You could display your dance talents at a recital. You could display your ceramics that you do in art in a case or on a shelf. So you're showing others when you display something. So I do want you to know the meaning of the word abstain, the meaning of the word display, the meaning of the word distract. Okay, all you really have to know is to take your attention away. Okay? Doesn't have to be from what you're doing because it's taking your attention away. So clearly it's not on what you're doing if it's being taken away. And then when you admit something, basically all you have to know is to admit is to tell that something is true. Okay, I admit I am afraid of the dark. No, I'm not really. But usually when you admit something, you're telling that something embarrassing is true for you or bad. Yes, I admit I'm the one who took your $2 without asking you. So when you admit, you tell that something is true, and it can often be bad or embarrassing. So what your assignment is, as we finish lesson 1 here, is while you are reading, it could be in social studies or a novel for English, start looking for what we practiced. Dis, miss, ab, add, AY, AI. Of course, if you were looking for A and I by itself, you'd see them everywhere. But let's focus on the ones that were newer to you. And that is the end of lesson 1. Nice job, everyone. I'll see you for lesson 2.